This episode of Young and Pregnant starts off with Jade and Sean. Sean is in his car with a lot of air fresheners. Doesn't take a genius to know what he's probably trying to cover the smell of in there. He FaceTimes his friend and insists he's not partying like Jade says he is. Jade herself is going out though with about 15 of her closest friends, a couple of whom look just like her. It's kind of admirable that she has so many friends. I mean, I don't even like that many people, so good for her. They chat about the single life and how only weird-ass guys hit on them, and they dance and have a good time. Lexi is excited for her trip to Arizona with Kyler. Her mom knows that they want to move there and asks if they're looking for houses there. Lexi says no, that's something that'll come up eventually in the future. Her mom says that she will follow her there if she does move, which is surprising dedication when you compare her to moms on this show like Christy. Ashley asks Bar's friends to keep him busy today while she prepares for his surprise party. She does her friend's makeup and talks about how she does not want Shen there. Shen backed out of babysitting at the last minute, and Ashley is afraid that means she's going to show up uninvited. Brianna decides that she is moving with her mom across the country, and she's asking her boyfriend of Robert of 1 month to come with her. No one seems to see any problem with this whatsoever, by the way, and they probably won't until baby number 2 comes along at age 18. He says it's a big step, and he still wants to think about whether he'll go because his family is all here. Kayla broke off whatever she had going on with Luke, saying that they were better off as just friends. And surprise, surprise, Stefan is now coming back around. What coincidental timing. Jamie says Kayla broke up with Luke to get back with Stefan, and Kayla denies this. Jamie still says she doesn't want Stefan in her house until he apologizes, and Kayla just rolls her eyes. Like, God, Mom, why would my stealing, cheating, violent boyfriend not be welcome here? Bar is under the impression that him and Ashley are going to a frat party instead of his surprise party. Somehow, though, you know the real thing is going to be even trashier than a frat party. Ashley is in a red dress setting up, and she has a Barbie cake. But not a Barbie cake like the one you're thinking of, with the cake for a dress and the elaborate pretty pink icing. This one's a stripper Barbie cake with icing for pasties. But this trash fest is about to get a whole lot worse because who walks in but Shen? Ashley sees her from the back and says she's ready to take her heels off. This should be a fun ride. Jade admits that when they lived together, she enabled Sean to be lazy all the time, and she hopes that him being away from her means he'll grow up a bit now. Though he is living with his grandma now, so he's probably being spoiled even worse if anything. Anyway, Jade makes plans with her mom to hang out since apparently Christy has been more stable lately. Robert still hasn't answered Brianna whether he wants to move to Oregon with her. Brianna's mom says if he comes, he has to chip in on the rent. As for Danae, Brianna doesn't want to call him and tell him that she's moving away, and her mom agrees that there's no need to contact him. Despite the lack of connection, Danae is still on the show for some reason. Besides, when he called Brianna when he was drunk one night, they haven't spoken at all. He admits their relationship was not healthy and that he took hate out on her. His mom isn't happy that she isn't letting him see Brayson, though. However, Danae himself doesn't want to force the relationship between him and Brayson. Stefan is still coming over when Kayla's mom isn't home. Kayla says he should apologize to Jamie. Stefan says no, Jamie should apologize to me, and Kayla agrees. What? What did she do? Kayla still thinks Stefan should apologize, and he says he won't, but he'll talk, though. Lexi and Kyler get to Arizona. Kyler shows her his old neighborhood, and they walk Tobias around there. Kyler doesn't want her mom moving near them if they move there, or his parents either, but they seem to be getting along better now, although I still don't like Kyler at all. Ashley confronts Shen at the party and flat out tells her she's not invited here and to leave. The argument escalates really quickly, and Ashley tells Shen to kiss her ass. Shen calls her ass fat, and Ashley's like, fat, and she gestures towards Shen's stomach, and she is more offended than she is by any other insult thrown at her. She says Shen needs to get out of here with her weak-ass, lopsided ponytail, and that really starts the party. They go from throwing insults to throwing punches, throwing chairs. Everybody is fighting with each other physically now. Someone throws a chair at Ashley, and her sister Chris catches it midair and throws it right back. Shen throws the stripper cake on the ground, and it's just an absolute dumpster fire. Everyone's fighting. I don't know why this event hasn't kicked them out yet. I had my popcorn out watching this, by the way. It was like being at the circus. Robert talks to Brianna and says he's coming with them to Oregon. He says, I love you guys. I couldn't be without you. Brianna is crying now because she was so nervous that he would say no. Jade picks up Christy to spend some time with her. She thinks her mom is being more mature and less hostile. And it goes well for about 5 minutes until she makes a turn supposedly on the wrong road, and Christy loses it. She's like, it's not south! Stop going south! What are you doing? Stop the car! Turn around! Screaming at her. This is mature and not hostile? fighting over GPS? The plans are called off, and Jade drops her mom off in a parking lot to probably go do drugs or something. Stefan meets up with Kayla's mom at the restaurant. And then, for some unknown reason, Jamie actually apologizes to him for bringing up Isaiah or something else that doesn't matter. Like, am I in the Twilight Zone right now, or is it like opposite day? This is insanity. Stefan literally stole from this woman, screamed at her, entered her home when he wasn't allowed to, verbally abuses her daughter, probably physically too, and then she apologizes to him. Just wow at this whole thing. Have a little self-respect. By the way, to make all this worse, when she apologizes, Stefan does not even accept it. He says, there's no forgiveness for you, and I didn't come here to apologize. We'll be cordial and that's it. Jamie just says, well, I think that's sad, but okay. And then Kayla says, thanks for coming, but not even sarcastically. I think she was pretty genuine in that. What? These people are living on some other planet with completely backward standards. They allow themselves to be treated like garbage by this absolute loser, and let him walk all over them, both of them. It's sad, hard to watch, and more than a little bit pathetic. And then Stefan just leaves and says, well, I'm gonna hit the bus depot, since he's a loser with no job or car. After all that, Kayla's mom says she will consider letting him spend the night. After that wonderful behavior, I guess she just couldn't resist. Kayla says, well, that was nothing, and he acts even worse to me than he does to you. Which is a statement that should really concern Jamie, but she doesn't seem to notice it. Kayla says they'll have to move forward, even if he doesn't apologize. I just can't with these people. I'm speechless. Once Shen finally leaves, Ashley tries to fix stuff up and pretend there wasn't a big blowout fight happening 10 minutes ago. There's cake on the floor and chairs lying around, but Ashley still yells, surprise, when Bar walks in, acting like nothing happened. But Bar apparently heard about what happened, and he heard about Chris throwing the chair that almost hit Shen. Bar's not in the mood to play around like nothing's wrong. And he goes up to Chris ready to fight her. Chris just is masculine and all, but she's still a girl, and Bar had no problem trying to fist fight her on camera. I would not be surprised if the claims that he hits Ashley are true, because he was really ready to hit Chris. His family has to hold them apart, and he says she needs to leave. At one point, it even looks like he's pulling out a gun, but I guess he doesn't. They finally give up on the party. Ashley cries and says she's done with Bar. And that's all for this season of Young and Pregnant. What's wrong with Kayla and Jamie that they let this guy walk all over them? And what's wrong with Shen and Ashley that they needed to, A, show up to a party that she wasn't invited to, and B, freak out on her instead of just letting her stay? Let me know what you thought of this episode and this season of Teen Mom as a whole, and make sure to subscribe for Teen Mom 2 recaps every week.